Strikeforce Gym presents Supremacy MMA, brought to you by LAmuscle.com, exclusive sports supplements.
We're here live in Dunedin from Sammy's venue. The crowd's pumped.
The crowd's more than pumped, mate. I think they've had a little bit of lubrication along the way. Really ready for some MMA action in Supremacy 6 here in the Deep South. Well, our first bout is an interesting one. Age versus experience. The 17-year-old Alex Twister Moyce against Paul Mckenzie. He's the Strikeforce boy from Canterbury. 32 years of age against the 17-year-old, almost double his age.
Paul Mckenzie, fighting out of Strikeforce Canterbury. Haven't had any cage fights or ring fights yet. Plenty of fights at the gym. I know his fight name's Twister, that's about it. A bit taller than me, but longer reach. Hopefully take it with ground and pound in a reign of punishment, probably.
Well, here we are, rules of the cage. 3 judges scoring the bout. Bout duration's 3 5-minute rounds. It is a 10-point must system. The winner gets 10 points, the opponent gets 9 or less, and it's scored on striking, grappling, cage control, and if all else is equal, aggression. Well, Walkie's just a bit speechless as the ring card girl exits the cage. Alex Moyce, the 17-year-old, against Paul Mckenzie, both on their debuts in this middleweight bout. You can see immediately Alex Moyce is the taller of the two. He's the more wirily built. The stocky boy, Paul Mckenzie from Strikeforce. What can you tell us about the boys from Strikeforce Gym?
Well, he started training with Carl like 12 years ago. Then he had a big layoff, came back when he moved to Christchurch.
And now he's back in the ring for his debut. Interesting to see how a 17-year-old against a 32-year-old man, strength is a big factor. You know, he'll be getting close to the prime of his strength, whereas the 17-year-old, who's Alex Moyce, who's starting in southpaw stance, just gets out of the way of a right hand there, clocks a little thigh kick. Mckenzie, of course, strong in the striking. All the Strikeforce boys are usually pretty strong there. Nice little overhand right. Tentative there, the younger man, and he's been rocked by that right hand straight away, and again he's in deep trouble. Holding on,
nice
going for a tie clinch, but he's doubled up. A couple of big knees. Looks like a kickboxing match early on. Prophetic words.
He wants to knock him out.
Well,
Mackenzie's going for the kill.
Just at this point.
He's
Moyce,
keeping his chin up though.
Moyce manages to get himself out of trouble. It could just be a bit of a temporary abatement there. Mckenzie coming in with the leg kick. Would have been nice to see him follow up with another hook up high. Of course, this is the prelude to Supremacy 7, November 27 at Y Stadium, as we're back with the action. It's early in the first round of this middleweight bout, and Mckenzie really dominating the teenager at this point.
He's pushing forward.
Just wide punches, certainly a bit agricultural, but doing what he needs to do. And now they're looking for the inside. There's a bit of a tie clinch there. Almost trying for a guillotine, trying to get an arm in there. Taken straight to ground. Mckenzie in the full guard at this point. Let's see if he postures up and looks to gain that ground and pound that he promised beforehand.
The young kid's just trying to hold him tight. Doesn't want to weather any punches.
Just trying to keep him down. Doesn't want to expend too much energy, and we see Mckenzie just posturing up. Just being aware of his arms. Doesn't want to get caught in an arm bar. Little elbow to the chest there. I'm not quite sure what he's doing there. Probably trying to switch over for an armbar or maybe a triangle choke. Didn't get that, and now he's given up side control.
Mckenzie just passes the guard, gets the side control, looks to throw some elbows, a couple of knees.
Those little shots, they don't look like much, but they can take your stamina and sap your energy, particularly when you've got a guy sitting on top of you, putting his weight on top.
Oh, he tapped.
Well, that's interesting. All he just had there was a forearm elbow across his throat. Let's take a look at the truth. Weekender replay. The big shots early on, big right hands. There's kitchen sink going in with that one. Knees. Moyce trying to get himself out of trouble, but just could not sustain that kind of punishment. Left kick, the right hand again, which found a home throughout that first minute of that round. And then here we see the finishing moments of the bout. It really is just a forearm across the throat. A little bit too much. Perhaps the young fella just caught in the headlights, Walkie.
Exactly what happened. Just from the very start of the fight, he was under pressure.
And here we go for the results. Mckenzie from Strikeforce, a good start. for the Strikeforce gym. Great start to his MMA career. Alex Moyce, of course, only 17, plenty left in that young fella yet. Referee Terry Hill keeping a close eye on action, and it did look like a kickboxing bout initially. Terry Hill, of course, being involved in all three martial arts, boxing, Muay Thai and wrestling. Great to see that veteran in the MMA cage, and wisely calling the stoppage by a tap out. Well, here we go, our second bout. Strikeforce again, Bjorn Horrack. He's called the Brawler against Peter Clinch. Well, he's aptly named. He's a Gracie Jiu-Jitsu exponent. This is around about that cruiserweight limit. Both fighters 83 and 86 kilos respectively. The Strikeforce boys tend to be stronger on their...
And Clinch, going for the clinch.
Tend to be stronger on their stand-up, and Clinch, who comes from a Gracie Barra Jiu-Jitsu background, immediately taking him to ground.
Well, that's where his strength is. Jiu-Jitsu is strong on the ground. He just wants to take his opponent to the ground, control him, look for a submission.
And you see there just taking double underhooks, or overhooks rather.
Brawler just trying to pull out of there.
He's just stuck in there. Just a battle there at this stage for positioning, trying to avoid going to ground in a dominant position.
It's a good position to throw a knee for Clinch.
Yeah, his head's down there. He's just noticed he's just got the hands on the hips to prevent the knees from coming up, particularly up the pipe into the midsection or to the head. Again, a battle of strength up against the cage, but he's got nowhere to go against the cage at this point. Trying that knee, but blocked again by the hands. Notice he's just positioned.
Clinch going for the underhook.
Underhook in there, and just changing the position again. Well, we're 3 minutes, 48 seconds down in round one as he takes a single leg takedown. Clinch on top in dominant position, but he hasn't got a lot of room there to pass the guard. Trying to get his left hand into action, but the cage is stopping him there at this point, as the Strikeforce fighter tries to edge his way away from the Jiu-Jitsu boy.
Strikeforce just needs to hip out. He's got the underhook, left underhook. He wants to hip out. Doesn't want to stay there. Or sweep him over his shoulder.
A little bit dangerous at
Clinch
this point.
looks like he's going for the Bravo choke.
Okay, for the uninitiated, what's the Bravo choke?
Oh, he just wraps it up under the arm and through the neck, so you got the head and arm.
So that's the head and arm all in choke there. As we're close in on the action, he's looked like he's still trying for it, but he hasn't got quite it in. Hasn't got it
His
quite
right arm
engaged
is not
just
deep
yet.
underneath. Brawler's doing a great job defending it, and he's getting back to his feet. He's going to attempt a takedown of his own.
Yep, there's a lot of to and fro here. There is a chess match. It's not just two guys hugging each other.
You can
MMA
hear
is
Strikeforce Canterbury coach Carl Webber barking instructions.
You know, his boy's done well actually to get out of that. Good defense in the chess match, but Clinch
Clinch
once
takes him
again.
down. Brawler gets on top again.
He just didn't quite secure the leg. And the Brawler,
Another nice
Horrack,
takedown.
he's taken down, but he's in full guard.
Clinch needs to position his head in the chest, not to the side.
And we're 2 minutes down. 2 minutes to go in this round on the Supremacy Fight Clock, brought to you by MMAgear.co.nz. It's for all the hottest mixed martial arts brands. It's the biggest range and the best prices. MMAgear.co.nz.
That's where I get my t-shirts.
And Clinch, he's really dominating this round on points at this point. Forearm going in, he's got control of the leg, trying to pass the guard. Little short left hand on top. And again, he was trying to sneak the right leg over. Good defense from Horrack. And Clinch changing position once again, almost getting into 69.
That's my favourite position.
Yes, working well. Yeah, for those of us in the PC brigade, that's at north-south, where the fighters' heads and hips are at opposite angles. And we're now 1 minute to go in this first round. Clinch really dominating on points so far. Just got the double grip there, controlling the torso, moving around once again.
He's got good control, but he's not doing any damage.
We haven't seen a lot of submission attempts so far for a guy who's a jiu-jitsu specialist. Mind you, it has been defended well by Horrack. Just got to be careful there. Guillotine immediately drops in.
He's hooked the legs.
He's got the arm as well. It looks like he should be able to get his head out there. He's really stretched him out.
Oh, he got
submission.
him.
Well, just when we were saying we hadn't seen a submission attempt, the Strikeforce boy got caught in the guillotine, which is one of the most basic chokes. Gracie Jiu-Jitsu prevails over the more rounded skills of the Strikeforce boys at this point, and yet another first round finish.
You know, Horrack was doing well defending positions, but Clinch had control the whole fight. So once he managed to get his arms around the guy's neck, it was all over.
Well, he took him to ground straight away, didn't want to stand and trade. Again earlier with that single takedown. Horrack defended well, but it just goes to show too, you make a single mistake here. He allowed him to get the arm in on the guillotine, and it was all over.
And here you see Clinch go for another takedown, another big takedown.
And again, just patience too. And notice he dropped straight away as soon as he felt he had it. Locked the legs in, stretched him out. Full weight of his body on his throat. He's got the arm in as well. And Horrack tapped out. Terry Hill calling the end to his second bout. And the first round by submission tap out. Well, both boys look like they expended plenty of energy, plenty of sportsmanship and camaraderie.
What was the tactics coming into this fight tonight?
Yeah, obviously just to get him on the ground. I got the better ground game, he's got the better game on the feet. So yeah, it wasn't rocket science. Yeah.
Okay, do you want to thank anyone while we're here?
Just thanks to all the fans. Thanks to my... Thanks to all my coaches at Gracie Oceania. And most of all, thanks to my wife who's maybe having our baby tonight. I love you, Wendy, and I love you, Zach. Thanks.
Oh, give it up.
Oh, there you go. Peter Clinch, aptly named the Gracie Barra Specialist, winner by submission, first round.